take a look around a former RAF airbase. It's Silverstone, 3.660 miles, 18 turns, and some of the best corners on the planet. It's Bethlehem for Formula One. This is where it all started in 1950. Get a good exit out of the last corner club, across the line, and hurtle down towards turn 1 at Abbey. 8th gear flat out, lift. Welcome to Silverstone for Formula 3 Round 6 here at Silverstone. Apologies, we've had to cut off the driver lap attack quickly. We weren't expecting to come on air this soon. They have changed it as well. We've done some redecorating up here in the comms box. We turned the main light out and put the little lights on as well to try and give us a bit more cooler air because, let's face it, the light and all the heat, it was roasting, and it still is roasting in this commentary box. Will be very nice when we get out of here. Omi's alongside me for this qualifying session as well. Jess has given her thoughts on the first practice session as well, so we'll hear from her shortly, actually, about what she made of all this in the Formula 1. We'll hear from her in practice too, but Omi, welcome up to the comms box, staying hydrated as always. It's just chaos today, isn't it? It's like the UK has never had heat. We need the rain tomorrow to sort of drop the humidity. Race control has said the scheduled start of the session is now in around about 4 minutes. We have had a delay on the circuit.
Yeah, we have. There was a yellow flag, so might have been someone spinning. So we'll hopefully see more of that later. However, yeah, it has really been a chaotic day, especially obviously we had the issue earlier on a lot in FP1. However, hopefully it's sorted for the rest of the weekend, and we usually get issues on the Friday, but usually it starts to settle down for the Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully we're going to be in for a brilliant rest of the weekend.
You're not going to believe this. As to when somebody just texts me, they think someone was on the circuit, and that's the reason for the delay. I am cross-referencing that. But
Yeah.
that's why we had a delay. Jess has actually recorded trackside from practice 1, so we'll get that video up in the practice 2 watch along as well. Jess is trackside for us this weekend at JB Motorsports YT on Twitter is the place you need to go to find all of our information there. So the scheduled start time is a little bit delayed. So what I am now trying to do is get the intro back to the lap attack. Let's go over for the lap attack, shall we? Let's take a look around a former RAF airbase. It's Silverstone, 3.660 miles, 18 turns, and some of the best corners on the planet. It's Bethlehem for Formula 1. This is where it all started in 1950. Get a good exit out of the last corner club, across the line, and hurtle down towards turn 1 at Abbey. 8th gear flat out, lift over to 7th, then just coast down towards Farm, back to full throttle. First heavy wheel braking spot down all the way, 3rd gear into Village. 2 tight left-handers coming up, the loop as well, which opens up the throttle slightly before a fast attack into Aintree. DRS open as you enter down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands, reaching maximum RPM as well. Fly the car in 5th gear, control the acceleration as well through Brooklands into Lovefield. Double apex corner as well. Be careful not to make the car slide out as well. And attack through a long sweeping right across the National Start Straight at Woodcote. Next up, it's the fearsome Cops corner. If you can take it flat out, perfect, but don't be afraid to brake and lift down to 7th gear. Attack back to full throttle for the first 2 parts of the Maggotts-Beckett complex. Flat out before lifting slightly as well, 7th gear. Beckett requires quite a lot of braking as well, down to 5th gear as you attack onto Chapel now. Open up the DRS once again and down the Hangar Straight. Once again, the engine is singing as you head down towards Stowe, named because of the Stowe School just behind the grandstand. Filling the car go in. Fifth gear corner as well. Down the slight crest, down towards the pit lane entrance, in towards the Vale chicane. Brake at 70 metres into third gear, flick the car into the left, then the right. It becomes double almost apex because it leads into club at turn 18, across the control line, and that is a lap of Silverstone. And we are underway with the green light here for qualifying at the Formula 3 British Grand Prix. Just not enough time there to show you the lap attack in the delay we've had. 3-minute delay, but we're underway now. Montoya, Mini, Browning, Colapinto, Boyer, Edgar, Too Slow, Frederick, Saucy, all leaving the track now and heading out onto the circuit. Should be quite a fun run, I think, Omi, as well in this session, but of course track dominance here is going to be key. 2 opening laps, then bang on for a third flyer.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, all of the drivers now on their outlap trying to get those tyres in the optimal temperature. They'll do another outlap as well until they feel like it is time to push. But let's actually have a listen now.
Well, you know, it's a learning year for me this year. Coming completely new tracks, not a lot of preparation coming to the start of the year, and our pace has been super strong. So, you know, we've only got to look at Red Bull Ring. Okay, we got taken out in the first lap, but then we boxed, put on a different rear right, and we were a tenth or so quicker than the leaders for the rest of the race. So, yeah, the pace is there. It's just, yeah, rookie mistakes, ironing those out, and yeah, a little bit of luck goes our way, and equally, you know, I'm happy to learn a different driving style and just to continue to open up my armoury would be good.
Luke Browning there. Carry on, Omi. They interrupted you.
Yeah, they usually do. I like to do that. However, yeah. Okay, so all of the team's drivers will try to get these tyres up to temperature. Then when they feel like it, they will go for a push, as we usually see in this FT qualifying. Then they'll pit for a bit and then come back out, and then we'll be getting still a lot of runs. Now, I doubt we're going to be getting the same issue we got last time in F3 quali, where they were all basically going 7 wide and stuff. We're not going to be getting too much of that, hopefully, today, but we are going to be seeing them trying to make some overtakes, trying to get a better track position for their flying. So, it's going to be really, really exciting, and obviously this grid will set it. Well, this will be the grid for the feature race. We'll reverse the top 12 for tomorrow. It's a very important qualifying, and you need to make sure you are in the top 12 to have a good weekend here.
Yeah, it's a difficult track to overtake and get right with as well, but it's going to be a lot of fun for the remainder. 27 minutes to go. First lap times are starting to come through as they cross the Hamilton Straight in towards turn 1 at Abbey. That's on board with our championship leader, Gabriel Bortoleto. And I think Bortoleto has got a big challenge here this weekend. He comes here with on 111 points. He's got so much in the tanks, but he knows 2 bad races, a bad qualifying here, wrecks his chance at Silverstone, as you said. So how much pressure is on the young Trident, especially as qualifying now, as you can see, everyone wants the toe down the 3 main straights we've got here at Silverstone.
Yep, you cannot afford a bad weekend because you have Martiu starting to be up there since Spain. There's a lot of other drivers, so it's really, really competitive. So you gotta always make sure you are never. Looks like we have some more interviews.
Not a track I've actually been to that much, because when I did FI, raced, yeah, in different in Italy and Germany. So it's, yeah, surprisingly one of the track I know the least. But yeah, I've driven here a bit, and I think, yeah, it's quite a difficult track because a lot of corners lead straight into the other one. So I think a lot of these corners you can make up a lot of time, yeah, by getting it right. And I think also, yeah, traffic will be quite important to managing qualifying and, yeah, getting a clean lap.
Everyone's just interrupting us here in the commentary box. I suppose that's the best thing to do. If you're on Threads, by the way, at Joshua Birch 99, I'm linking all the videos we've got this weekend together. I must admit, actually, Omi, it's nicer without the light on. There's a little bit more oxygen in the air, so we might keep the light off for the rest of the day, unless it gets so dark up here in the comms box. It's sort of like the night vision mode at the moment, because we've got the back door open to the box, so that's bringing in sunlight. And we've got a little light sort of LEDing us, so it's something, I suppose. But No one's setting the sector times alight at the moment. Montoya, Mini, Browning not doing anything either. And I'm actually really enjoying having the timer screen higher up, but it's going to go back next week, so I'm enjoying it while I've got it. Montoya, Mini, Browning, Colapinto, Boyer, Edgar. No one's actually going, okay, we're going to massively improve the segment now. They're all just sort of staying too quiet out there.
Yep, they are. But we might be getting some lap depend who is been able to get their tires warmed up. It looks like we might be getting some now here. But yeah, we're first of all going to start with Mini, and it's basically what we've been talking about since Friday practice last time out. Mini, a very quick driver with a lot of potential, just can't get those results together, always getting in contact. And we were, and also Josh, if you'll remember, me and you were talking about it last time in FP practice, and both of these drivers had a terrible feature race, or might have been the sprint. But we had Mini retire, we had Montoya obviously with the crash on the last lap, trying to go all the way around the outside of turn 6. It worked, but it worked on the attempt he had a few laps before that. But it didn't work after that. But obviously Russell also made that move, so it was just risk versus reward. He went for it on the final lap, but didn't pay off. So he's a driver with a lot of potential, but just cannot get these results together. Same can be said about obviously this man, Gabriele Mini, currently pushing on. But you do need a good lap, and Mini is a driver who can take the fight to Bortoleto. And as we found out right at the beginning of the season, it was Mini versus Bortoleto. But Bortoleto has been able to get results. He has been able to be consistent, but not the same can be said about Mini. But it's not over yet in Formula 3. There's still, you get a lot more opportunities, so you could easily see if Mini can get a few good results. And it will start basically if he can get a good qualifying position today. If he can get, have a few good races, he can find himself getting more closer to Bortoleto and bringing the fight.
Gabriele Mini was setting the fastest sector times, now Browning set the fastest second sector. Bortoleto has set the fastest sector 1 of 33.3. Browning of 43.6 in the middle sector. Coming across the line then, who's hot and who's not then? Edgar to Mini, 146.619. Browning coming across the line now. He's next up as Montoya goes third. Browning at 146.250. Bortoleto 117 in the middle sector, so he's still got some time to go. But Bortoleto is currently dominating as he heads down the hanger straight in towards Stowe.
Yeah, he's really looking really quick here, and as we've said, he's a driver with a lot of pace, so let's see what he can do to the third sector. He needs to try and keep it together as Fornaroli goes into fourth. It was at the time, now down to fifth because Polaron has improved to third. It was, but now fourth as Oliver Goethe goes into second position. Let's see what Bortoleto can do. Can he go fastest? Oh, he goes to second, so he did lose some time in the last sector. So it's Luke Browning currently. We were listening to him earlier on, but he currently is faster toward Bortoleto though, just over half a tenth behind. So he maybe if he can get a better last sector, he'll be in the fight there.
Carter Collette had a little moment coming through Maggett and Beckett as well. The rear of the car just stepping out, not wanting to keep up there as they hurtle down the back straightaway. DRS is open into Stowe after the hanger straight. Nikita Bedrin, 15th fastest. Hector Barber, is it Hector Barber? That's a, oh, hang on, we're going to fire in the pit lane.
Oh.
That is coming off the back of Dino Beganovic, who was so strong in Austria. It's gone off. Hugh Barter had gone down to 20th position. Hector Barber's an ex-MotoGP rider. Carter Collette goes 10th though, but a little bit of a smoke and an oil fire at the back there for Beganovic. He has only set a 1:59.365, and he's not actually set a lap time completely in position. Colapinto pits, Edgar pits too, and that is a very hot engine. Track temperature 41 degrees, air temperature 25.4. It is getting hotter as the day goes on. It's the same temperature here in the commentary box right now as it is over at Silverstone, and not that too far away. So 25 degree air temperature, the same as it is here. And let me tell you something, it's hot out there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of wind, but it is hot.
Yeah, really is hot. But thank God he's actually. Yeah, but thank God the driver who you were referring to is actually a driver in MotoGP, is it?
Yes, yeah, Hector Barber.
Well, thank God, or then you have no excuse to be here.
Montoya, who doesn't have an excuse to be here, also kicking up some smoke in the number 14 as he comes through Abbey into Farm, now braking into Village, turn number 3. Slowest corner of the track now at the loop. swings it back, opens up through Aintree, and then the Wellington straight at full power. Montoya looking fast and keeping very strong as he heads down towards Brooklands with his DRS Open. First sector time for Sebastian Montoya. It's down by 0.156 of a second as well, but Montoya is currently on a 33.5 in 14th position because we've had a lap time deletion for Jose Maria Marti. So Marti's had a lap time deleted and has dropped down the back of the shirts. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's all kicking off now. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Go on.
Yeah, it always does in Formula 2, but they're all now pushing on once again with Montoya not having the first sector he needs. So let's see, as you go through Baggett's, Beckett's, let's see what you can do now through the second sector. You need a good second sector here, though, as we're about to find out what he has been able to do. DRS goes open now, and yeah, he's still a tiny bit down, but he can at least get himself currently, as it stands, into the top. He can get himself into the top 5. Well, it would be around 4th right now. Let's see what he can do through the third sector. Saucy looks a bit more closer to Browning as well. And Polaron looks much more better. He's fast as all. Yeah, it's getting away from Montoya a tiny bit.
Polaron was fastest, of course, back in Austria for Formula 3 qualifying. Montoya crosses the line, stays 14th. He's had exactly the same middle sector time as Gregoire Saucy, who's up towards the line. Is Saucy going to improve or stay in 9th position? Polaron will be able to cross the line next, but he's only got purples now. 14th, and look at that, Polaron to the top by 59 thousandths of a second. It's a 146.191, but look at Bortoleto, fastest middle sector of anyone.
Yeah, Bortoleto looking very strong once again. Sullivan goes into fifth. Let's see what Bortoleto can do. He wasn't able to have a good first sector. Let's see if he comes over down. Can he go fastest? No. He lost it to the last sector as well. To the first and last sector, not going well for him, but the second sector was absolutely electric as Marty goes into 11th. So Marty getting up there now as Mansell now goes into 5th. So all of these drivers finding improvements as Bartel also goes into 10th. But this is a replay with Gabriele Bortoleto. Is this where he lost the time? Heading into the Vale chicane, and yeah, the rear just sliding away from him. Not where you want on your lap, but we know Bortoleto has more pace, so I think he has a big chance of coming back.
Yeah, he's having a lot of snapping of the rears as well, having to fight for control, so Bortoleto's going to have to fight for pole position. Polaron is on for a double here. Took pole in Austria. Looks like he's going to take pole here at Silverstone as well. As Mini, as you said, his lap time back up now into 7th position. Jose Maria Marti is now 13th on the board. Kyle Collette in 8th position. Karen says, hello, hi there, fellow petrol heads. Looking forward to the weekend. Nice to have you again. Kenny says, ahoy, hoy, hello, welcome in. And Yana says, brilliant commentary, Josh. And the other commentator much better than the world feed. So I think, Omi, we've got a lot of compliments in the world feed here, which is, I think, it's Chris McCarthy and Alex Brundle.
Well, they're great as well, but I guess he'll prefer us. So I'm not complaining.
Neither am I. Now that the light's been turned off in the comms box and we've got the mini light on as well, it's a lot cooler in here as well. And the wind's picked up a bit now, it's 2.2. So there's a bit more breeze coming through the door of the commentary box, and the fan underneath the desk is recirculating the air. So we're getting cooler. I had a Magnum as well in between the commentaries, so I should try and completely cool down. I'm going out later as well, so I might just stand on. I might get an ice cream, just ask them to if I can stand underneath the whipping machine and just pull it so I can cool down. Kyle Collette off the track though and jumping over. That's going to lose him his lap time, isn't he? At Copse Corner.
Yeah, over the curve massively there for him. But yeah, they're all starting to now head back into the pits, most of them at least. But some are coming back out for push-ups. Tyre changes going on quite a few of the drivers, including our top 2 in this session currently. So yeah, hopefully we're going to be getting some more runs. We're getting one currently by Bortoleto and the other Trident of Oli Goethe about to begin his lap as well, currently in 4th position. So both Tridents going a tiny bit different as let's see what Bortoleto can do. He's looked quick in the middle sector or the first sector, one of the two, but he hasn't been able to get it together fully. so he hasn't been able to go fast as well. But is this now finally? He has a clean track. He'll be hoping there's no mistakes, and he's just massive. He's just down. He's just is the finest margins, but he's down to the first sector, so he can gain it back to the second sector, but it's super tight. So I think now with the track to himself, Bortoleto, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he needs a clean run. I think he can go fastest here.
He's 0.003 of a second down in that first sector. Gabriel Bortoleto is into Cop's corner, flicks the car in, can just about take it flat, keeps it within the white lines, which is an extreme thing here at track limits. Into Maggett and Beckett. Second sector is at the exit of Chapel. Car Colette has had his lap time deleted. We thought he might do. He's twitched mid-corner through Beckett into Chapel. Second sector time coming now down the hanger straight. He's down by a 10th still, Bortoleto.
Yeah, that big slide did not help him at all there. Through Maggett to Beckett didn't help him. Now we'll take a mega last sector, which is hard, but it doesn't look like this will be the lap either for him to go to the top. Marty looking good as well through the second sector, and has Bortoleto backed out of it.
Yes, he has. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Mansell, he's the one who's improving with the fastest second sector.
Christian Mansell is on an absolute charge. We're on board with Jose Maria Marti. He too coming into the pit lane. Let's look at Mansell. He's just exiting Stowe up towards Vale, and he set the fastest middle sector time of anybody. Mansell pits too. Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, so it looks like they were pushing, but they were like, it looks like they all just wanna keep in sync with all of the other drivers, and not be wasting any other time. So it looks like they're all gonna be coming in, and we're just gonna have to wait a bit. But this is Nikita Bedouin.
Yeah, just talk us through it, mate. I'm not looking at the screen.
Oh yeah, going into the gravel, he was very, very wide, and we've seen a lot of drivers struggling for grid throughout, and yeah, just massively wide on the exit of Luffield. Through Woodcombe down towards Cops, he was heading on that occasion. Now we're watching Fornaroli. Is he going to come into the pits? But let's see what his second sector is looking like currently. He's up. He is up. So he's finding time to the track's improving. So he's up by over 0.3 of a second. So he has a big chance now of going fastest of all. But the chance can be taken away if he decides to pit. So let's see what he's going to do.
He shouldn't pit. He should keep going. And this 10th off, he's going to compete the lap time. And Kyle, look at that. Franco Colapinto looking quite strong as well. Leonardo Forloroli out of the last corner will boot it hard on a club and goes fastest by 0.4 of a second. It's a 1:45.717. It beats the 1:46.191 of Paul Aron by 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, track's massively improving here. So Colapinto down to Fornaroli, up on Polaron. So it looks like he'll slot here into second position with Franco Colapinto. Also, Mario Boya goes into that. So yeah, the track is massively improving here. So when the other drivers come on the track, which they are now starting on their out lap, so we're seeing a few of the drivers come out into the racetrack. But here we go with Colapinto over the line. Does he go? Yeah, he goes second, but he lost a bit to the last sector. So he wasn't on to beat Fornaroli to the second sector, but he lost even more time to the last sector.
So Fornaroli on top, Colapinto second, Paul Aron is third, Marie Boya fourth, Luke Browning fifth, Gabriel Bortoleto sixth, Oliver Goleth in seventh, Ollie Goethe, we've got to still work out how to pronounce that name as well. We've got three different pronunciations. Then we get Christian Mansell, Johnny Edgar and Zach O'Sullivan, the top 10. Paul Aron, though, did a brilliant time, and now he's 4/10 down. Fornaroli and Colapinto, he just found the pitch perfect conditions.
Yeah, I guess the only way we can find out is by asking him, because Chris McCarthy says it Ollie Goethe in the highlights. When I was, I'm like, well, we gotta ask him then. What's the pronunciation?
Well, Jess's trackside will get her to hunt down one of the media people and say, look, how do you pronounce this name? What is it? What's the correct pronunciation? We need to know up here in the comms box. Jess Bowl is trackside for us, and she's providing us with all sorts of Twitter messages and notifications to the grandstand. She's also tweeted her thoughts on the first F1 practice session. All that can be found on the Twitter channel. That's at JB Motorsports YT. The link is in the YouTube live chat, and it is the pinned message. Ollie Goethe, Goleth, there's so many different pronunciations as well. I'll go with Goethe, that one actually. So he's up in the middle sector by personal best by 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, but you don't know the names. You just go with whatever you prefer. But yeah, hopefully Dino Beganovic can get out on the circuit because obviously after that problem, he's going to be put massively under pressure because he's currently right at the back of the field. Now, what can Ollie Goethe do out of the final corner? Goes to fourth position. They're losing time to the last sector of quite a few drivers, aren't they?
Yeah. That last sector into the Vale chicane is causing nothing but problems as the rear of the car wants to step out. At least it is dry at the moment. There are thunderstorms. Oh, hang on, Boyer. Maria Boyer's had his lap time deleted. And this is why. This is the lockup actually a second ago from Goethe. Just coming to the braking zone for the Vale chicane. Just locked up on the inside front left.
Yeah, quite a few lockups we're seeing it. Chicane, quite a few mistakes and twitches there, which are costing the drivers lap time there. But yeah, as I was saying on Beganovic, hopefully he can get out because you don't really want to start at the back because obviously we're going to see overtaken by him. But if you want to be in a battle for the win, you need to at least be in the top 12. We're watching Sebastian Montoya. That's certainly going to be his aim. If he starts at the back, I think there's a bigger chance of him getting in contact because he's going to have to overtake a lot more cars, won't he? Because he usually gets in contact when trying to overtake. Takes a lot more risks, doesn't he? As all the drivers now start to head back out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, about 12 of them now coming out on the circuit. You can see them lighting up on the timing screens. So this is going to get quite chaotic now as they venture out there onto the circuit. Paul Aron, Bortoletto, Mansell, Edgar O'Sullivan, Barnard Saucy, Colette, Marty, Bedrin, Barter, Frederick, Tussalo, Villagomez, Esterson, Smith, Flursh, Cresswell, Farah, Cohen, Gray, Garcia, and add that now from me, Boyer, all leaving all going onto a lap now, with less than 10 minutes to go. And they're all now going to do 3 more laps where they're all going to go slow as possible, and we'll all have to see a little train coming out the last corner, like in Austria.
Yeah, all of them now fighting over position, trying to make some overtakes. Not as crazy though, luckily, as Austria, but it seems like Dino Beganovic still has that issue still in the pit lane. But maybe it fixes in a few minutes. He can go and get one run, but it currently looks like he might be starting at the back if they cannot fix the car. But more interviews coming.
Maybe I didn't anticipate
Zach O'Sullivan.
in terms of adapting to car, etc. I think race pace has been quite strong from the start of the season. It's just working out one lap pace. Red Bull Wing was for sure a bit of a step forward, being in that kind of top 8 area, top 6 area, gave me the opportunity in the feature race to move forward. So really that's our goal for the rest of the season, just to be consistently within that kind of top 6, 7 group, which gives you good opportunities to score points in both races.
Yeah, and usually in Formula 3, Prema always up there with all 3 cars. So Prema doing very well. Might not be always winning, but they're all in there, aren't they? Usually,
yeah.
They're one of the teams, and that's why they've been winning so many championships here in Formula 3. Always all 3 cars usually up there somewhere in the pack, but they're always visible in the. Obviously, we only get 20 drivers or 22 drivers usually on the timing page on the world feed. So we always have them up there, don't we?
Always indeed. Always nice to see them up there. Now, just give you some information quickly. Track temperature 41.7 degrees, air temperature 25.4, 2.2 meter wind speed, 38% humidity, so that has dropped by 2%, and the wind's picked up. So these are the best of the track conditions, and everyone now is out there together once again, just trailing around and going, well, this is ridiculous. What are we going to do now?
Yeah. So, now it's going to be interesting to see what Paul Aron, will he be able to fight back? It looks like with how the track's improving, but you just need to get a good last sector, because if you just keep locking up or you invalidate, which we're seeing obviously much more less here at Silverstone than we did last week at Austria. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to who's going to take pole, but as usual in Formula 3, it's wide open. It's absolutely wide open.
I've got a feeling they're going to play an interview. They are.
It was really good for me and the team. I think we did a really good job from the start. I think that made a lot of difference. That from FP we were really on it, and also with a really good pace from the start of the weekend. And that brought a lot of confidence, not only for me, but for the team to make the right decisions for quali and also for the different conditions in race 1 and the feature race on Sunday.
I think in Formula 3 can make their mind up whether they have red sound shields or grey sound shields or no sound shields as well. If you're wondering what I'm saying sound shields for, that is what this is. the blue little device on our microphones to stop them getting in them as well.
Yeah, I have to say though, Maxwell currently in 20 seconds. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in his final run. Looked really quick in practice, but obviously when everyone else gets more competitive, gets laps together, he goes a bit down. But I have to say, still a good effort in 20 seconds.
Mighty good on your first debut. It's beating Tommy Smith, Sophia Flourish, Mackenzie Cresswell, who made his debut last time out, Roberto Ferda, Ida Cohen, Ollie Gray, Garcia, and Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic in the pit lane. In fact, that could really hurt Bogdanovic having that little fire problem. He's not going to get out, is he? Montoya's had a scruffy start to this lap, twitching at 3 parts of the course.
Yeah, Montoya really on the edge. Yeah, and also Mackenzie Cresswell had a good time, I have to say, in qualifying at least last time and in the races. He was in there, he was 22nd at that point. He was even, I would say, 17th at some point. So he did well last time as well, I have to say. But let's see what Montoya can do to the first. That I bet is going to be massively down by Formula 3 standards. Yep, over 2 tenths because of that moment. But yeah, it's a lot of drivers struggling to get these laps together.
So who else is improving? Well, Caleb Frederick's done a 33.4 in the first sector, so has a time improvement. He's the only one who's got green on our sectors out there, so watch out for him as we see Montoya flying through Copse Corner down towards Maggots and Beckett at quite high speeds as well, up to 160 mile an hour as you fly through past the building site for the new campsite hotel area as well, back into Chapel and down the hangar straight. Montoya opens up the DRS and he's 3 tenths up on his own best time in the middle sector, but he's still slower overall. In fact, nobody's improving as Montoya comes in to Stowe.
Yeah, there's not too many improvements. We're seeing Browning down, Saucy finding some time for the second part of the lap. So let's see, it's all going to be now down to the last part of the lap. I doubt Montoya will be able to find anything with 19. Oh, Browning, yeah, he's improving, but he's still down, so he needs to find more time to be able to try this corner early. Montoya goes to 9 though, so he managed to gain time to the last second. What can Saucy do as he comes over the line?
There
Wait
he
for it,
is.
he's coming.
7th.
Yeah, there we go, 7th.
But Luke Browning's just behind him, around about 9 seconds. Caleb Frederick goes to 13th. Here he is, Gabriel Mini to second, a 146.040. Luke Browning out of the last corner club, across the line, up to third, a 146.046. Paul Aron is in 5th position and looking to be stronger with the DRS open into Stowe. Takes the car just a little bit of opposite lock. O'Sullivan goes into 8th, a 146.332, but he's fastest first sector and second. Car Collect goes to 5th, so these second lap times are going to be the faster times. Johnny Edgar goes to 10th, Bedrick goes 16th, Paul Aron goes second. Front row, 145.950. Jose Maria Marti, we've cut 2, goes into 10th. Mansell goes into 8th, and there goes down to 9th, because up into 7th goes Taylor Barnard, 146.155. And here is Esterson coming in to the last couple of corners into Vale as well. What can the newcomer do? Maxwell Esterton into the last corner, 26th at the moment, replacing Hunter Yarni, and he goes 18th, 146.914. Brilliant time.
Yeah, great time by him there. We'll be getting one more run from early. Currently fastest of all those, so yeah, can Paolo on Mini or any of the other drivers challenge. Let's see what happens to Bortoletto. He's making his way towards Cobbs. Is it going to be a wide moment? Gets on the curb, but he's just a bit too wide and really wide there over the curb, and that's you lose a lot of time. So he's left himself with a lot to do now from 10th on this run as Kai Collect also wide on.
Lifts up the front of the car over the curb.
Yeah, we saw that about in Austria massively, didn't we? About a few, well, it was a few years ago, 2020, I believe. But Kai Collect just, and we also saw that in practice, I think, with one car.
Yes, earlier on in the weekend.
Yeah.
Trident on the Ferrari pit wall. Ferrari with their curved screens, proving that they really do have the worst strategy department, because everyone realised about 3 years ago that curved screens were absolutely useless, and went back to the traditional flat screen. Curved screens in the early 90s were good because they used to bowl out the opposite way, but these curved screens sort of come towards you. And I get it's an immersive feel, but they just look weird as well. I always prefer a flat screen to keep an eye on what's going on things.
Yeah, I just love the flat ones. Much more easier, all straight, brilliant. Race control, track limit, Bortoletto, so as we expected, just ran wide. He wouldn't have gained too much with that, but still, a deletion for him. Here's his teammate, Ollie Gerdner, against his lap.
Wouldn't it be quite funny to see, as my friend is sending me so many messages via some TikToks I need to see. Hopefully she's having a nice time over in Dubai as it comes through. Oh, Goethe just sliding coming out of turn 4, the loop, into entry and down the back straightaway. DRS is open. He takes off Flores. I don't think this is going to be a push lap for Goethe. I think he's already backed out of it. Yeah, he's a 10th down, so not going to be that big of an improvement. But he's actually, this might be it, because he's not going to get time to go around again, is he? So this is going to have to be it for Goethe. He's going to have to push as much as he possibly can.
You're going to have to. You might not want to, but you're going to have to because you don't have any other time. Montoya having a better first sector, so he's going to have to keep it up to the second and third. This is now crucial. Any kind of mistake and you're really going to be losing out in this session. But Oli Goethe through Cops he goes. He needs to find some time now through the second sector as we have Cresswell. I think there was a lap time being deleted.
Okay, now everyone leave me alone, please. I need to focus.
Letting him know
I didn't see that radio. Apologies, guys.
in.
Yeah, he's got to get his lap time in. That's all I was saying because he got the previous one deleted, so he's been told to push in this one as he comes through. We don't usually have team radio in qualifying. Caught me by surprise, that one. So, checker flag is out. Here comes Goethe. He'll be the first one to take the line. Browning's down. Montoya's up in 2 sectors, so he could still find some time. I don't think we're going to see that bigger jumps as we were expecting in this session. Goethe go. Fornaroli top. 145. 5-2-0. He's taken it even faster. And Goleth goes second to Oli Goethe. Or Goleth, whatever you pronounce it. However you want. Goes second. Montoya 8th. Saucy into 10th. Browning stays 5th. Where is he across the line?
He's coming through the second sector, I think. But I don't know. He's not. It's
Where
glitched
is
a tiny
he?
bit.
Yeah, it's glitched. Browning's, I think it's... Browning stopped on the track. We've lost Browning. Because look, he stopped on the timing tower as well.
Yeah.
So Browning's spin. Villa Gomez up. Browning has stayed in 5th position. The computer's picked him up again. Here's Bortoleto. Tusolo goes in 21st position as well. What can Bortoleto do? Can he get inside that top 10? Anything outside of that, it's a big worry for the championship. Out of the last corner. Polaron goes third. Bortoleto goes third. 140.
Yeah.
Oh, and Marty. Fastest final sector. Mansell, 4th. There's time to be found. Browning is slipped down to 8th. Barter goes 14th.
Cresswell, 20th.
Nicely done from Mackenzie Cresswell.
Ooh, off the road goes. Who was that?
Trying to see, it is the 30. So that is going to be, looking at my time screen, yes. Roberto Ferreira. Here's
Now-
Boyer in the 11 in the MP Motorsport car across the line. 16th to 11th. Not too bad.
Ooh. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Montoya, and that was crucial because Montoya had pole position for tomorrow's sprint race after the top tower reserve, a reverse I should say. Trident, 1, 2, and also in 5th. A great session for them. Fornaroli ahead of Oli Goethe, but it will be the 2 MP Motorsport cars who will lead them away tomorrow with Edgar and Boyer, the top 2. But if there is any penalties, then that could change it. But now this is the provisional results.
I hope not. That would be a wonderful tribute as well to Delano Van der Ham, who passed away last week at Spa-Francorchamps, to a week later here in Formula 3 at Silverstone. The seat he was supposed to be in next year, with Boyer and Edgar being front row, would be a wonderful tribute as well.
And also Colapinto and died. So imagine if they do 1, 2, 3. Here, let's listen to Fornaroli.
Fornaroli happy with pole position for the feature race on Sunday.
Just imagine if they get 1, 2, 3 tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm really hoping for it.
That'd
Because
be fun.
Colapinto has a chance. Colapinto has a chance. But unfortunately, the thing is, in F2 and F3, you usually see this the reverse grid change because someone usually gets a penalty, so that usually changes it. However, I'm hoping on this instance it's not, because I would love a MP Motorsport 1, 2, 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, you've got to start worrying about the problems with track limits, haven't you? Cops Corner is always a magnet for that track limits. In fact, that's what we're going to be expecting to see flash up on the monitor across this weekend, especially in qualifying track limits at turn 9. They all were well behaved in the first half of the weekend as they swing through. So, what did you make of qualifying, Omi? That was quite an interesting half an hour. No red flags.
Yeah, quite an interesting
2
one. I'm looking
seconds.
forward to let's listen to Fornaroli again.
Now. Well done, my friend. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Let's go. Squadra quali.
Go on.
Yeah, really, really great session, that one. Close as you expect in Formula 3, so once again, absolutely love that. Hoping that we get... Oh, well, has there been a lap time deleted? Montoya's on pole for tomorrow. He's in 12th
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh. Mario Boy's laps is deleted, I think.
Mario Boy has had his lap time deleted, and
Oh.
in fact, several cars have their lap time deleted. He's dropped down to 16th place now. So Boyer's lap time been deleted by the stewards. Indeed, it has.
Yeah, that's why we say provisional.
There you go.
Montoya back on pole for tomorrow, but let's see what Colapinto and Edgar can do now. Let's hope they don't get their laptop deleted. I think we need an MP Motorsport win tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, should be that. So it's Forlaroli, Goleth, Marty, Mansell, Bortoletto, Aron, Mini, Browning, then followed by Colapinto, Barnard, Edgar, Montoya, Saucy, Barter, O'Sullivan, Boyer, Collette, Frederick, Bedrin, Cresswell, Villagomez and Smith on the board. Further down, Tusolo, Esterson, Gray, Cohen, Garcia, Flursh, Roberto Ferda and Dino Beganovic starting last in 30th position. That's a big change around.
And remember, this is still provisional. We can still have changes all throughout the night. And usually, also in Formula 3, we have blocking, and there's so many other things. We usually see some blocking penalties, so it's not fully over yet. It can still be changed around. If it's changed around in the next few hours, then I'm planning to. Well, I will be streaming on JB Motorsports today, so I'll talk about it then about if there is any changes. But looking forward to that. Formula 3 is going to have once again, just like we did in Austria and Spain. Hopefully. Some brilliant races coming up, and obviously a great Formula 2 qualifying coming up very shortly.
That's going to be coming up directly following us here from Formula 3. My thanks to Omi, my thanks to all of you at home. We'll be back in around about 10 minutes' time for all of the action from Formula 2. From us all here at Silverstone. For F3, though, we'll see you tomorrow for the sprint race.